Good to go. All right. It's May 16th. It's about 7:18, hot off the mats. Welcome back, everybody, to Combat Maquina podcast. We got our little buddy here, Bullet. He's a shop mascot.
Look comfortable he looks.
Oh man, he's he's basically like a little alter ego, alter version of me. This is what I feel like all the time. Yeah. It ain't till I get here at work that I start getting a little fire under my ass. But most of the time, I'm laying around doing this, chilling, relaxing, the calm before the storm kind of shit.
Oh, is that right?
So talking about the calm before the storm, we got 3-4 weeks. Valley Fight Series 15. Shout out to Valley Fight Series 15.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking awesome, man. Thanks for having us back on June 8th over at Table Mountain Casino. We will be showcasing our two pro machinas, Aaron Klinghardt, the prototype Klinghardt, coming out from a little hiatus where getting himself right and making sure that he's all in on this fucking thing. You'll be fighting damn dude, your opponent, Albert Gonzalez, Big Al from is he from the Fresno area? So hey, enemy territory. It's honestly that is our brand.
I love the hostility.
Oh man, that's what we live for. Actually, I remember when we first started out. That was one of the first things I told you guys is that nobody's gonna like us, nobody's gonna know us, nobody's gonna fucking care about us. We're gonna have to go into people's backyards. We're going to have to be the underdog of every fight. So Albert Gonzalez, thank you very much for the opportunity, brother. And thank you, team. We're gonna make this fucking work. We're gonna bring fireworks on you.
Put on a show.
We'll be fighting. You'll be fighting for the 175-pound Muay Thai professional VFS Muay Thai title.
172 to 179.
172 to 179. All right, that's what it is. That's where we'll be. And how you feeling about that, man?
Feeling ready.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I'm really excited, dude.
Yeah.
I love that it's a bigger opponent. I love that it's a stand-up fight. I love that it's local. It's going to be exciting.
Is that a normal thing for Muay Thai to have such a big window for the weights? Because that's whole 7 pounds.
It's like a boxing
definitely
thing,
normal.
really. Yeah.
It's normal in Muay Thai, especially the odd weight, the 172 to 179. Like we were saying,
like, just
why
do
not
180?
180?
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a thing. I'm not too sure why, but it's definitely a thing.
That's
I mean,
cool.
I'm assuming because traditionally in Thailand, when you compete, they hardly even do weight classes. When you're coming up in the amateurs, if they got two guys that look similar, you go into the ring and you fight.
Yeah.
So I think this is the more Americanized
Traditional.
version of how they do it. They have such a big margin in weight.
For us, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Weight is weight. A fight's a fight. We definitely. You've been coming off a little rest. You're back to training. How you feeling? How you feeling in training? How you feeling about what we're doing right now to get you prepared for the 8th?
I feel good. I'm really confident. It's no half-assing shit. It's a science, and we're getting it down. So I'm excited to show that. I'm excited to show what our style is. I'm excited to put on some legal violence.
Yeah, no, and I do. I like that he's experienced. He's got I think 12 professional bouts. He's been part of Bellator. He's shit that's nothing to sneeze at for us. It's like, that's exactly what we train for. So with that said, I know that you like to have bigger opponents, and it does. I'm a chip on the shoulder kind of guy too.
Feels good.
Yeah, it feels good kind of knowing that everybody's going to want you dead on that night. Nobody's going to want to see the fucking scene. And how are you from a mental standpoint? Do you believe that gives you an advantage?
You know what? I don't think any of it matters, to be honest. I think all that matters is that I execute the plan. That's all that's going through my head. The people, the crowd, the place, the opponent. There is no opponent. None of that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, just what we're doing matters. And as long as I listen to you, I know I'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, no, you've never lost a fight when you listen to me.
Yeah.
I'll go on record as saying that. I'll even go on record as saying that none of my Maquinas have lost a fight when we've when the execution and the application has been there. They've all been finishes. They've all been fantastic fights. You had the gut out performances where you weren't at your best, but you definitely
showed your toughness for sure.
Showed the style, showed the brand in your fights, Esteban. So I'll point that out too. You're coming in fresh off of a quick knockout loss to Paul Elizondo, which he's a high caliber type fighter. He's definitely a prospect in the pros. So going into that fight, again, we knew we were going into enemy territory, and didn't get the results we want. You have Tyler Miller.
Yes, Tyler Miller.
Yeah, no, Tyler Miller. Where's he from?
He is from Trifecta MMA, which I believe is also Fresno, Visalia. So local.
So again, kind of hometown. He I believe he had. We spoke, and he had 2 amateur belts over at Valley Fight Series.
Yeah, he held the featherweight and the bantamweight amateur titles, and so
right on. Well, hey, thank you, Mr. Miller, for accepting this fight.
Heck yeah.
How do you feel about that, man? How do you feel about the fight coming up? About your opponent?
I'm shaking with excitement. No, I just got out of the ice bath, so freaking body is shivering. But I'm stoked. Been busting my ass trying to get myself, not to get myself, just to stay on track. This is what we do.
This is what we do. I think it's funny, right? Because we get guys in here, and we get a lot of guys that I'll call them passerbys. They come in for about maybe a week, 2 weeks, a month, and stuff, and then they realize exactly what we do here on a day in and day out basis. And it's no knock on them. They can say what they want about our style, but we're the ones that show up. We're the ones that are prepared. We're the ones that don't make excuses when shit don't come out our way.
Yep.
We just look forward to the next opportunity. But with that said, is this opportunity that you're getting? It's against a 2-0 opponent with I don't make too much about amateur belts because you had 2 amateur belts in King of the Cage, which is a long-standing promotion. It's been around for years. Has produced a lot of UFC fighters. Oh, yeah. So the way I look at it is, they hang up on our wall, but we don't wear them around, and we don't.
Nah, we're not stuck up on the past.
Nah, man, really a belt.
Already on the present.
On that day, the stakes were a little bit higher. You executed and got the job done. Yeah. That's why you got that belt. That's it. That's as far as those fucking belts go. So, have you seen any? We don't do a bunch of homework, but I know that Miller was at the last show that you did, and he came out with a victory. I believe it was a decision victory. Yeah. So his approach is he wants to stand and bang here. He doesn't want to be caught up in a clinch or on the ground. He wants to stand and bang. How do you feel about that?
I feel stoked about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Huh?
That's it.
Yeah,
I watched a little bit of film on him. Likes to strike. I feel as though I'm technically superior to what he's got. So he claims to be a dog. So I'm excited to get that out of him. Let's see.
Series, you guys'
Let's find out.
Is fucking great.
Yeah.
I like what you guys are setting up for us. Yeah. Yes, Lisa. Yes. Thank you very much. You are definitely the brains behind the project around here. Because no, I'm like this most of the time until you fucking get me on the mats. That's where my work is done. That's where really I think, going into to shows like this where, we're walking into. That show was pretty big last time.
It was. A lot of people.
Fight Series 14 was fucking rocking, bro. That place was rocking.
Was it?
Oh, shit. It was rocking.
They dragged it out a little too long.
They're like 11, right?
But It was rocking.
It was fucking rocking, man.
Yeah.
It was rocking when Tay went out there and did her thing, you know. So that was really cool for her to get some experience under, you know, a large crowd of, you know, easily over 1,000 people. You know,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You know, so they're definitely getting their shit together over there, and we want to go along, and we want to showcase our talents and our skills on that level, that high pressure. You know, chips are on the fucking table. You know, this is fight death for some people. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's like, this is practice. This is all we want, man. You know, and that's the thing is because we've started off backwards, basically, you know, kind of looking at it like, hey, look, we're just going to go out there and take everybody and anybody. And then through that process, we're going to win some, we're going to lose some, we're going to learn a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You know, what did you learn from that last very, very quick experience with Elizondo in that atmosphere, in that venue, in that cage?
I'm comfortable being in the venue, in the cage, and being around that many people. I learned technical aspects that I need to work on as far as starting and engaging right off the bat. Like there's certain things that you need to set up before you throw.
According to the weapons that
I've developed.
Right. You utilize more.
Yes. Yes.
Good. I'm glad. Good. No, and again, we talked about this. I just want you to verbalize and intellectualize what you're seeing for the folks out there, because like the way I look at it is I'm deep in the fight game. Like, for me, I'm all about the little intricate stuff that people really sometimes are overlooked and don't pay attention to. You know, the little strategies and subtleties of combat, man. To me, it makes a huge difference in fight IQ when you're in there on that night, you know, because you know the general shit that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Guys are going to throw straights, overhands, kicks. You know, if they're a Muay Thai stylist, you kind of know when they're going to come at you. If they're a boxer, you kind of know what they're going to set up. If they're wrestlers, we talked about that overhand in that Elizondo fight, you know, and that's where, you know, you're talking about. That was a little technical where you stepped in to engage. There was no backing up. We were gonna go in. You know, we just got to go in a little smarter.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we've been working on it, and it's funny because our boy Torres asked the other day, you know, because now he's doing some fight training with us, and he asked me. He goes, starting off a fight. He goes, how do you look and think about, you know, our style and how we want to start our fights? And the way I do it in training, the way we do it, we get in a fucking fight immediately. Like, I'm trying to get close to you right now.
There's not much of a feeling process.
No, there shouldn't be.
What's the point of waiting? Yeah.
Well, it's no
Engage.
disrespect to our opponents. This is our style. This is the way we approach it. Kind of like the hugs before the fight. It's like, guys, we'll hug all we want. Right now, stay focused, get your ass in there and go get some work in, you know, because that's really why all the fucking hours on these mats, all the bruises, the bleeding, the pain, the swelling, the soreness, it's about going in there and getting the job done when the chips are on the table. And, you know, to me, it's like, why do you want to stretch that shit out? You know, well, you know, you got to get your distance. How the fuck do you get your distance in your
You're
time
not
if you don't
engaging.
engage?
Doing this?
Right.
You know, and when I said that to Torres, he was like, well, that's what I thought you'd say, coach. And I said, fuck yeah, because that's how I train. That's how, to me, that's what the fans want. They don't want to sit here watching dudes fucking
each other out,
measure distance with their punches and their kicks and not land some shit. You know, it's like, we want to land like right now. And if you land on us, awesome, you're good. Good job. But, you know, Mike Tyson said it. He goes, excuse me. He said, Mike Tyson said it.
Didn't bother him a bit.
Everybody, everybody wants to get in a fight until they get hit. Well, our style originates is you're going to get in a fight. What the fuck are you going to do after you get hit? Our style starts where Mike Tyson's saying ended. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole nother psychology.
Mike Tyson. I don't know about this Jake Paul bullshit.
When's that fight going on?
I don't know, July maybe.
July?
Yeah.
You think it's
What?
fixed?
You know what? If Mike Tyson, being a 46-year-old man that spars and works with professional athletes half my age, yeah, Mike Tyson loses, it's fucking fixed. I've watched plenty of film on fucking Jake Paul.
But the money that they will make off of that.
Yes, because that's
two big names.
Well, that's kind of what fighting is turning into. It's kind of a fucking circus, to tell you the truth. And that's one of the reasons why we go about our shit the way we go about it. And that's why, you know, like we're really kind of easy to work with. We're easy for promotions and matchmakers to work with because our whole goal is to get our asses in that cage in front of those people
And get our hands dirty.
and get our hands dirty. We understand that, you know, in this game, you win some, you lose some, you know, some are even draws. All right, cool, whatever. That's not even in our frontal lobe going into the shit. Like going into the shit, all we want to do is put our fucking hands on somebody. Because that is what the sport is all about. You know, and I don't think people want violence, they want blood. And I'm telling you right now, if you see our brand, we want it too. We want it just as bad as they do.
We want finishes. We don't want no decision bullshit.
We don't
want to leave food on the table.
I don't beat the shit out of my body Monday through Saturday with you guys for you guys to go in there and fucking dance around and wait for shit. Fuck that. We're there to fucking kill or be killed. That's it. You know, so Valley Fight Series has given us that opportunity. And, you know, just like King of the Cage did, that's why we got King of the Cage belts hanging from our wall. Well, Valley Fight Series, thank you guys. If we do our job and you guys position us, we're going to be hanging a bunch of belts up on your side from your promotion too. What's up, man?
Some breaking news.
Oh, yeah.
If Aaron is willing, shout out to Matchmaker Bailey. If Aaron is willing,
what's up, girl? Thank you. Smiles.
If Aaron wins this fight, this is the potential to fight Daniel Compton next and hold both belts, the 172 to 179 and the 179-pound Muay Thai titles.
Oh yeah.
So
you don't have to model your body down. You can go ahead and bulk up into that big Russian dude that I saw in that big.
And I look good. I look fit.
Right.
Soft. Get the
All right, hey. Real talk though. That's I believe that's not only what we want. I believe we function better under those kinds of guidelines. Knowing that
high risk, high reward, man. We like that shit. We like to gamble on ourselves.
Absolutely. I'm not a gambling man, but I will absolutely gamble on myself. I will gamble on my guys 100% of the time without flinching. I will not flinch. If you offer us something and it's reasonable on our end, it doesn't matter what name is on the other end of that contract or that agreement. That's what we're here to do. So, let's do some work on the 8th, and then let's set up work after that. Because what it is work. You know,
it's just a job.
Also, for Esteban's fight against Miller, it is my understanding, fucking Bailey looking out for us. And really, I think, you know, what it is this is how you get motherfuckers to bring their A game, is you up the stakes. And the real motherfuckers will show up to fight, you know, and the fucking pretenders will stay at home and make excuses about pussy ass injuries and shit like that.
Yep.
Right. In your fight, they're saying that it's a contender fight at 135, that if you do your work against Miller, that you can get that rematch against Elizondo. How do you feel about that, my guy?
Good. I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, I think, and I know, knowing you the way I know you, I know that right now you're dead focused on Miller and you're dead focused
Yeah,
on
no,
walking in there and
that opportunity is awesome, but it has zero relevance to me right now. Once I'm done with this guy, then it will become the priority.
Nice. So, any interview questions for the Maquinas on set right now? Because I know
Putting me on the spot, coach.
yeah, you do pre-fight interviews with the fighters with VFS, correct?
I do.
All right. Well, we got a couple guys right here that I'm sure are ready to answer your questions. Huh?
Hard-hitting questions. You know, this shit's for real here. Let's start with you, Mr. Russian Klinghardt.
Rufo.
Yeah.
It's all in the head. Look.
So, as we know, you had a bit of a layoff. Do you feel that's going to hinder you in any way going into this fight against somebody who's been as active as Albert Gonzalez?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we? Aren't we? If people think that, we're gonna find out. Yeah, we'll find out.
She didn't say people think that. Damn, he's ready to go.
Oh, my bad.
Comments, put your hands up. This one's swinging.
He knows you. You were just a fucking reporter in a crowd. Holy shit.
Fucking walk out right now. Like, what the fuck's happening here?
My bad.
Yes, the prototype. There is no. He's all intensity, all the time. And that, honestly, the way we've grown the brand is understanding that these guys understand that all the pre-fight talking and all that shit, you know, that's all fine and it helps sell fights. Like I said, the circus that combat sports is kind of becoming, you know, it's expected. With that said, anybody that wants to talk shit to us, please fucking talk shit. I'm the one that's going to talk shit back. These guys are going to go in there and do the fucking work. I can talk shit because I'm on the mats doing the work with them. All right. And no, I ain't fucking losing rounds. Why would I sit here and lose rounds to my fucking guys so that they can go out there and think that they're better than they are? Fuck no. We're sitting here and this shit was built off failure. So you can't talk shit like that because the reality is on fight night, everybody's going to find out the truth. And for us, we don't come in with the pressure. We don't look at it like pressure. We don't look at being the underdogs like pressure. We don't look at being the going into enemy territory as pressure. That's not pressure. That's the way you're supposed to be built. Because if you're not built like that, coming from a no-name fucking, no, this is not a gym. This is a shop. From a no-name training center, how the hell else you going to get a name for yourself? If you're around, you're picking this dude and this dude because it's a better fucking fight.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is throw that fucking bullshit philosophy out the fucking door. Here, you're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time. We're here to fucking fight.
Yes, sir.
Fight anybody and everybody. And it makes no difference to us. If we were preparing for certain fighters, you know, then that would tell you something about our philosophy and our approach. But we don't do that shit, you know. And no, we're not the best. These guys, I didn't breed these guys to talk shit. I bred them to fuck you up.
We're just ambassadors of violence, man. That's
when
all.
you do shit talking, do you get a little kick out of it?
I fucking love it.
Because
Yeah, he gets a freaking kick out of it. What are you talking about?
Bro, with this dude?
you're probably one of the most skilled shit talkers that I've met.
I wouldn't talk
For
shit.
sure.
I wouldn't talk shit if I couldn't back it up.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
not talk shit if I couldn't.
but it's also funny.
It's hilarious.
It's very, very
I
funny.
have a great time.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can
and
tell.
when I played football, and again, yes, anybody out there, my little ass played football. Yes, I played arena ball. I played semi-pro ball. Played a little JC ball. You know, I was always the smallest, slowest, weakest little linebacker. I was a linebacker. I would take on 300-pound linemen. You know, so I totally get the chip that you have when you go up against the bigger guy. But I was the most rambunctious, most shit-talking, most annoying fucking little buzz out there, man. And I'm telling you, there would be games where all I would do is bark and fucking talk the whole time through. There would be times where parents of like the quarterback or the running back from the other team would literally be yelling, Can nobody stop that little motherfucker? and I, you know what I would do? Not only would I talk shit to their kids, I'd run over to the sidelines and I'd talk shit to grandma and dads, and, you know, and it's real talk. Like, I'm not making this shit up, you know, but at that moment in time, I was in peak physical condition to be doing what I was doing. I didn't look it because I was smaller. All right. And from the naked eye, all these big old fucking linemen out there. And I came up to their numbers, but I could jump over them. You know what I'm saying? And I could get through them because I was lower than them. And my technique and my IQ in football, honestly, football is fucking checkers to me. I can still watch a college football game or a pro game and tell you the possibilities out of the formation they're running. And I ain't played football in years. You know?
At the time,
huh?
you were that invested in that
I was
time.
that invested.
Yeah.
I was as invested in that as I am in this. And I remember I said it. I said it when I started. When I can make fighting my my football, it's a wrap. And you guys, I mean, thanks to you guys, man, because you know, I would have went whatever route my career, my business would have taken me. It just so happened you guys walked in here and we created what we've created, and now there's no going back. Now there's no going back. So yeah, if I got back in that cage, best believe you'd hear me the whole fucking time. You'd hear me the whole time, just like in sparring. You know, and I do that to you because I know you're a real intense. You're really intense.
I mean, I'm not that intense.
Yeah, no. So, you know, you hate it when I fucking talk shit to you. You hate it when I tell you your punches, you punch like a little bitch.
Hey, well, that's not true.
But you're in the moment, and you're in the moment, and we're caught in that moment. And the reason I do it is because I need you to focus throughout everything. And yeah, I like to talk shit, you know, and I can back it up. But the reality is my job is to create the baddest fucking machine that I can out of the prototype. When I'm working with you, that's my main goal. When I'm working with Esteban, you know, my main concerns are Guapo. When I'm working with Johnny, my main concern is the prototype. When I'm working with Tay, my main concern is Maquinita. When I'm working with these youngsters that are starting to come in and, it's about them. And I'm not worried about building this big stable of fighters. I'm building a brand. I'm building a style that really we've only shown bits and pieces of, you know, out there under the lights.
Yeah. With
the pressure, you know, with everybody watching. So we're in my mind, we've just begun our ascension. So, you know, it's a little discouraging, you know, when we can't find matches, but, you know, thanks to Bailey, thanks to Valley Fight Series.
Thank you guys.
We're starting to go into a different region. When you guys started off, we started off in Reno at King of the Cage. And the reason we started off in Reno instead of doing some of these local shows here, and no knock on the local shows, really, because, you know, 559 Fights, they got a ton of fucking fighters. You know, I just thought that the pool was a little bit deeper in Reno with higher caliber type of opponents. You know, I didn't want you guys to start off easy. I didn't want you guys to start off with shin guards. I didn't want you guys to start off with, you guys started off, very first fucking fight you ever got into was in the King of the Cage with 4-ounce gloves and a state wrestler from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's that is the difference between our brand. That is the difference between what we do is we start you off, we're going to throw you in there with the sharks.
Well, I mean, if your style is supposed to be the right style, it should be able to hold up against anybody.
And that's how I feel. And when it's been applied, when you guys have executed, we have not lost the fight.
No.
Point blank. We can go back through anybody's fights, Johnny's fights, Tay's fights, your fights, you know. So there's something to say about our style and the brand, and that's That's definitely, that's what we're doing every time we're out there. We're saying shit, and we're saying shit by doing it and by showing it. So like for me, yeah, you're right. I can talk shit because I'm doing it. You know,
Yeah, I can talk shit too. You just do a little bit better.
I've been around a little longer, bro. So yes, I have a little
I'm
bit
getting
more
there.
experience. But yeah, no. Any other questions for Aaron?
We had a question from Instagram. Does Aaron feel like the layoff affected, and this is both of you guys can answer, affected your cardio at all in any way having that time off?
No.
No, because I'm up in it with this guy. So, and I'm working out and I'm training. So no.
The layoff didn't mess with your cardio, really, bro?
Not for this fight. Maybe
No,
for the train.
Let's rewind because we want to be honest about this. Let's go back to day one when you came back. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, I mean, there's a little.
So be honest with the people.
Well, okay, all right, and
For our cardio, for the way we fight,
yeah.
for the way we fight, and I don't know who that was on Instagram, but thank you for the question. From a coach's standpoint, from my point of view, from what we expect, our standards, our bar, yeah, his cardio was good enough to fought probably for everybody else. Not, but for us, it was low.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's a fair assessment.
His activity was there, but his movement and
a little stiff, a little rigid.
Yeah, you were stiff, and so yeah, 6 months of not fight training the way we fight train. Absolutely, I'll tell you what. 2 fucking weeks. If you train with us and you get used to training with us, and then you take 2 weeks off, and then you try to come back and train with us, it'll be like you were off for 2 months. Yeah. So in a sense, your cardio wasn't bad.
It wasn't up to par.
Yeah, it wasn't Maquina.
Yeah.
So
that's
honest
a fair.
answer to
That's
that
true.
question is not to knock on you.
Yeah, no.
It's to say your cardio. Yes, his cardio is better than a civilian's that doesn't train. Right, but it wasn't Maquina. But we're there, dude. We're there. We just got to clean some stuff up. That's it. And shit, we got those Junaid, so we're not reinventing the wheel over here. It's the same thing. It's just you can say it in your words. From 6 months ago when you left to when you came back, what did you feel the difference?
I felt more robotic and not fluid at all.
No.
And then obviously the reflexes weren't there. And they'd be okay if you were standing in front of me and throwing and shit, but the way we move and shit,
No. And it was like,
that's because I'm not training with anybody that's moving like that.
And then what you did notice is I used to like to use my distance with you before you took off. And then what you notice is when you came back, I don't give you no distance no more.
Yeah, I know you could have.
I'm in your fucking face. Even if you punch me, I don't give a shit. If you think I'm gonna let you punch me square in my jaw, that's silly. But you can hit me. I'm gonna deflect. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna counter. So that was what I know that really kind of really pushed your cardio when you came back. Like, oh shit, like I gotta keep throwing because he ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta keep sticking and moving.
Thanks for the question. It's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay, Esteban, you're fighting a very, in my opinion, a tall 135 or 5'9", and Tyler Miller, a striker. You could see early in his amateur career, he got submitted a lot. Always complains that nobody wants to stand with him. He actually said that in the last event you guys seen him at, which is true. Nobody wants to stand with him, but coming in as the fighter you are, as the Maquina you are, is that what we should expect on June 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's got all knockouts for a reason.
I don't have a single submission win.
He's got the same problem too, brother. It's all good.
But yeah, finishing is something that here we train with that
very hard
as the mission. The mission is to finish. The mission is to keep a fight standing. Doesn't mean we don't know other aspects, but the reality is that's what people pay to see. You know, that's why fucking the BMF was probably one of the most watched fucking fights in the history of the UFC. And it's probably it's viral. It probably went super viral.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't look at it again after that. I watched it and I analyzed what was going on. I know what I saw. I give those two dudes the utmost respect, you know. But Gaethje went in there to fall on his sword. He didn't go. By the time Holloway called him to the center, he went to the center because he's the man. He's the type of man that would do that, regardless of how tired or how beat up he is, you know. And if you look at the video, he didn't stare at any of his strikes going in to Holloway. Holloway tucked his chin and he kept his eyes up. That's why Holloway got that knockout. But that's what I'm talking about, is that's what we're ready to do all the time. Like, we wish that everybody would meet us in the middle and stay in the fucking middle all the time, you know, and not even go anywhere else. Because to us, that's what people pay to see. You know, and we want to give people what they paid for. We also want to give the promotions what they pay. And when a matchmaker makes it happen for us, man, we want the matchmaker to fucking look good too. You know, as human beings, we're interdependent amongst everything around us, you know, including the people around us. So with us, it's like, there's no egos here. There's no egos here. It's all just, let's fucking fight.
We just want to represent what fighting is, what it really is.
What we want to do is we're trying to get out there. This is our brand of fighting. It is not similar to the brands of fighting that you've seen.
We're just trying to show what we do.
And yeah, and
On
grow the
daily.
love. You know, like I said, nothing but respect to anybody that goes out there and puts it online. But we've seen it all.
Mhm.
It's a little redundant. You know, it's a little kind of like, all right. You know, the fights that are good are the higher level ones where you know, a lot of different techniques are getting mixed in. But the banging, man, is, I really don't know. Sometimes I see that I don't really think people technically know how to bang.
Yeah, they're brawlers. They're not really technical brawlers.
Well, and that's the thing is the way we train it. If executed properly, we could spend the whole fucking fight in the center of the cage. You guys could spend the whole fight. It would be in different angles and fighting in circles. Like I said, like you see all of the traditional arts, they time to come in and either come out or angle out. All right. I teach these guys to fight in circles like animals, like cats, like dogs. Have you ever seen a dog fight? All right. It's back and forth and they're going in circles. All right. To me, that's the most efficient, effective way to fight is in circles. The only problem with it is that when you don't develop both sides of your brain and you don't develop both sides of your nervous system, it's not that easy to fight on different sides. A lot of guys can switch stances out there, right? And that's starting to be a big thing. I've been doing this shit for 10 years now. So our changing stance is way different because we're not changing stance to give you a different look. We're changing stances to create momentum and inertia so that we can hit you more than you can hit us. Because if you're sitting there biting down on your mouthpiece and gritting your muscles and shit, believe me, dude, we're going to take your fucking heart. We're going to take your heart. Why? Because we're not. We're relaxed. We're just not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of, our brand is to make people fight because that's what people want. So that is what we aim to do every single freaking time.
Yes.
Any other questions for Esteban?
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Hang on 1 second. Let me grab my notes. Okay, your opponent is currently on a 6-fight win streak, but if you count his pro fights, he's on a 2-fight win streak. The first one being debatable or questionable by some folks out there. But in his latest interview, he said, and quote, heavy is the head that carries the crown, and I'm still looking for the man that's willing to lift it off of me. And I don't think it's him, referring to you. Well, what does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me
how do you
feel.
interpret that?
It doesn't make me feel any way. It wouldn't be the first time I've handed an L, and it won't be the last.
Like, we're ready to die. Like, I don't think people understand that. Like, and that's why I said, you know, there's really no talking shit, because at the end of the day, you know, and I think I said this. I said, egos help, they hurt, and they humble. Egos help, they hurt, or they humble.
Or they say stupid
On
shit
June
like
8th,
that.
on June 8th, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out, and because we approach with no egos, we can fuck. We're gonna walk in humble, and we're gonna walk out humble, and we're gonna get the job done, or he's gonna get the job done.
Right.
All right, and in the process, everybody out there is gonna get a fucking treat, because that's really what we're about. We're about people. We're about the people that embrace our brand, the people that embrace our philosophies, the people that embrace our energies. That's really what we're about. You know, we're not out there to you know. We're not selling shit. We're showing. You know, we ain't doing it for free, because I don't think anybody out there doing it on the professional level is doing shit for free. So, you know, but at the same time, you know, we're built for this. Any fighter that comes out of this camp is built for this. There's no shit talking or intimidating that's going to make us feel any which way about what's about to happen. But that's what I say is, you know, like, it's going to happen. Like, we're absolutely, as I've experienced the amateur ranks with you guys, because I didn't really get to experience them that much with me. I realized that, you know, the way we are is, it kind of, I can tell why some motherfuckers don't like us. You know, and
that's okay.
But what it is, it's insecurity.
Yeah.
You know, it's lack of self-belief.
Right.
Because I love everybody unless I don't. And if I don't, I think I've made it pretty fucking clear. You know what I'm saying? When you're around me. You know, so the way I look at it is there's no, along with the no egos, the insecurities go along with that shit too. That's the beauty of not having an ego, is there's no insecurities attached to that shit. So yeah, no, that's pretty slick though. You know, that heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know.
Sounds like somebody with an empty head that said that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's
just my opinion.
Hey, you know what? You would pick a fight with someone and fucking talk some shit. At the end of the day, man, look, nothing but good energy and good vibes to our opponents. You know, we don't have to hate you to hurt you. It's the hurt business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons, man. When we're fucking getting it, I'm smiling. I'm having a good time. It's the way it should be. It's what I think more guys need to lighten the fuck up and put it on the line a little bit more. You'll find out more about yourself, and you know what? You'll realize that it's not the end of the world if this shit don't come out the way that you planned it to come out. Don't plan for shit. Prepare for everything.
Yeah.
Don't plan for shit.
It's like life. Everything. You can't.
You know, so that's shit talking is something that I think Connor has made it kind of like a staple in combat sports. And man, he did a really good job of it. But now you see people wanting to talk shit because they want to get attention. They want to make names for themselves.
Yeah.
When the reality is, worry about fighting first. Because Connor worried about fighting. And then when he got the fighting down, he was like, well, fuck, I got this. It's the same thing. It's the same reason why I talk more shit now than I did 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was still developing what we do now. So I was just kind of shutting the fuck up and working. I was in the lab all the time. You know, I didn't have, but I knew it. Don't get me wrong. That little shit talker inside of me was waiting to come out. Man. But it was because I I had to prove it. I had to
Mhm.
prove that what I wanted to teach you guys worked, you know. And to me, it's something that now it goes without being said.
Do you start trying to go switch stances right off the bat, or did it take you a little while to start implementing that?
I have really long arms. So with Miller, with your
Yeah.
opponent, you know, he's 5'9". I'm about 5'10".
Mhm.
I have about a 74.5-inch reach,
Mhm.
which is about 6'2.5", which that's what makes me a good sparring partner for you. You know, yes, Big Al's going to be bigger, but you don't move like I do. So no, what I realized is when I throw my strikes all the way out, not only does it allow me to relax my shoulders a little bit more, but when the impact is there, right, you have to respect my jab from either side. So then I started realizing, like, wait a second, I got a good fucking right jab.
Mm-hmm.
I got a good right hand. Why can't I make my right hand a jab too?
Yeah.
So then there came, well, if I can jab you good from this side and I can jab you good from that side, well, that's the distance so many boxers and strikers want to set and to develop early in a fight, because it allows them an opportunity to dictate that fight. So I went off my head. I thought, well, if I could dictate it from this side and I could dictate it from that side, well, then boom, we just shut down that whole fucking, you know, the jabbing and the angles on my jab. And then it started to take this whole nother, if I can do that with the jab.
It opened up.
I can do that with my kicks.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You know, and they're kind of even started to develop and change our exercise program. Where if you exercise here, anybody that exercises here knows that you can't come in here and have your headphones on and be all stuck in your world.
No.
You have to be stuck in the world that you asked to be stuck in, which is the world of fitness, is the world of strength and conditioning. It's a world of combat. It's the world of athlete training. It's the world of whatever you're in here to do, whatever you're training to get better at. Get stuck and immerse yourself in that world. That's what I've done with combat, is I immersed myself, but I didn't do it based off what the external world was telling me I should do.
Yeah.
I was going more about what my senses and my instincts were telling me.
Listen to your gut.
The same way I did when I played football. And if it worked for a little ass, slow ass, weak ass linebacker, well, then I thought that it would work perfectly in fighting too. And now we're reaching that right now. So yeah, for me, it was about, it's not just about switching stances. It's about switching stances and maximizing the distance and utilizing efficiency so that I don't get as tired as the other man who's biting down on his mouthpiece and gritting his muscles. We see it all the time. Guys come out really fucking hot,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's like, and then when somebody comes out hot, old boy backs up. Fuck that. You come out hot with us. Elizondo, we said he was going to come out hot. You knew he was going to come out hot. Your hand placement wasn't where it needed to be.
It wasn't.
End of story.
Yeah.
That's it. We didn't back the fuck up. We ain't going to back the fuck up. So, yeah, no, that's the whole point of switching stances, is so I don't have to back up, so I can stay in your face. And guys that switch stances right now, they don't switch stances like that.
Yeah, they don't know why they're doing it.
To throw off your timing and to give you a different look.
I think
Yeah.
it's an illusion to your eyes or some shit.
Well, and it is. If timing and distance is the name of the game, somebody that goes from here to over here, it's going to mess with your distance. But fuck that. What if I go here, and I've already hit you 2-3 times? And you didn't even see me go from here to here. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you were having to have your hands up because I was hitting you. You didn't even see the shit. So for anybody out there that's switching stances and that you think you can come over here, kind of, you know, stay for a month, be one of those part-time motherfuckers, and
The
then
little nomadic trainers.
yeah,
Nomadic.
yeah,
What's the word I'm looking for?
student, nomadic student. You think you're gonna come in here and you're gonna be like,
That's not
oh,
what I was
I
going
get it.
That's not what.
Not that
Oh.
one.
I get it. They switch stances. Yeah, fool. But there's also physics and there's biomechanics involved. And I just said something that I bet you most fighters said, what? Physics and biomechanics? What?
Yeah, but that applies to everything, people.
Yes, it
Use
does.
your head.
So that's the thing is that's why we're too involved in this to give a fuck what a fighter is saying about us or to give a fuck about, the confidence of a man going into a fight. Good, motherfucker. You should have the utmost confidence in the world.
Absolutely.
You're about to get
Bring your A game.
Believe in
motherfucker
yourself.
wants to tear your head off.
Yeah,
You should absolutely heavy
Believe,
is the head of
conceive,
the crown.
achieve.
Attaboy.
exactly.
Good. I'm glad. Have that energy now. Have that energy tomorrow. Have that energy next
Have
week.
that energy for the rest of your life.
Because I get this energy all the time.
Yeah.
We have this energy all the time. When I don't, I'm like my dog, bro. I'm just resting, relaxing. Why? Because this isn't a fucking joke. This isn't a
Your
show.
health's on the line.
This is real fucking life. It's do or die. So with that said, I think you got all the questions you want to ask for
Just
interview?
one more question.
Yeah.
And it's not from me. It is from a commenter. And this commenter is Isaiah. Damn it, Isaiah. Esteban, coming off your last fight, what is one big thing you worked on coming into this fight? And what do you hope to do more of in this fight on June 8th?
Let me show you.
Keep your fucking hands up. That's coach. Keep your fucking hands up. That's what coach wants. So, mija, good fucking question. But obviously, I'm going to say the obvious. When you get knocked the fuck out because your hands are down, that's the first fucking thing you got to address. So, we got that. Yeah, we got that. So, a little bit more elaboration than my guy over here that just wants to basically get in there and do his thing. Thank you for the question, Hita. Yeah, anything else out there?
That's all.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, hey, look, like I said, look, I'm the first one. I'll be the first one to laugh at myself when I make an error. Right? I want it.
I'd beat you to it sometimes.
You won't shame me. Give a fuck, dude. I've literally come from the fucking gutter. What you gonna shame me about? What are you gonna shame me about? Nothing, dude. I don't give a fuck. That's what I got into this for. And I've been fortunate to be able to share it with you guys. So that's all we want to do with everybody out there. We just want to share with you. We want to share with you who we are, what we do, and how the fuck we do it. We're going to lose some, we're going to win some, but I tell you what, we're going to come with the same energy every single fucking time because that's how we live. And that's how I believe everybody should live. Everybody should live according to what makes them feel whole and makes them feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So that's really what we teach and preach around here. It just so happens that we like fucking people up.
For money.
For money. So with that said, hey guys, tickets are going to go on sale. Now. Tickets are on sale now. DM us, hit us up. Let's get the folks out there. We also got the prodigy, John Pereira, potentially on the card. We still haven't got a fucking confirmation on that. Fuck. We're supposed to have Maquinita on the card, but I want to say 4 of her opponents tried to say they were going to go out in. So let me get this right. The fucking USFL Worlds, they're in August, and the motherfuckers don't want to fight on June 8th? Stuff tells me motherfuckers are shaking. Don't shake, man. Look, my daughter is tough, but she's young. All right. She's learning. And I tell you what, she's going to make any one of those 4 little girls that coaches and parents didn't want to fight her. She's going to make every one of those little girls better. Just like everybody that takes a fight with Johnny, just like anybody takes a fight with you, and just like anybody takes a fight with you. See, that's where you guys are. There's misconceptions here. There's misconceptions. You don't get better if you don't fight better.
It's like chess. You gotta play better.
You don't get better if you don't fight better. Let's not mince words. It's like, fuck, push yourselves. Or you're right, stay out of our way. With that said, all our people out there, thank you for tuning in. Till the next one, which I don't know what the fuck we do with the next one. We'll see what's up. All right. Stay strong.